Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Today we are here to have a look at the Lochby Venture Pouch. Now hopefully you'll have seen this appear in a few pieces of content. I took this away with me this summer as a bit of a tech kind of travelling pouch with lots of different things in it. But over the last 2 or 3 months I've been taking this into my office for my daily commute as a dedicated tech pouch. And I'm incredibly happy with this. It does so many things that are right, and there's a few little kind of secret things in there as well, plus the material that this is made from. Yeah, okay, let's take a closer look at the Lochby Venture Pouch. Now before I start, unfortunately the wind has picked up ever so slightly and there are quite a few flies around, so if you hear wind noise you see me batting flies around. I do apologise about that. It is one of the beauties of choosing to film outside all of the time. So this is the Lochby Venture Pouch. Of course we'll go through some specifications for this, we'll go through some sizes and stuff. Now as far as the sizes are concerned, it comes in at 9 inches by 4.75 inches by roughly 2 inches thick. The material that this is made from this really high quality waxed canvas. It's one of the things, as soon as you pick this up, you notice that there's something special about this. The feel of the waxed canvas, I don't know. I know I'll probably say this a few times today, but a lot of the materials that I tend to do are your corduroys, your high-end nylons, that sort of stuff. When you get something like this, there's just something almost ye olde worldy about it. I don't know. There's just an old-fashioned traditional quality to it which is incredibly nice. Now outside of that, the other materials that you have on here, you do have some YKK zips. These are the newer RC style YKK zips which are very nice, and they are all throughout. So there is a zip on this section and there is a zip on this section here, which is kind of spoiling something, one of the little kind of secrets that there is about this. But yes, those are all great throughout. You then also have some Woojin plastics. I'm a big fan of Woojin buckles, and there are 2 of these on here. So if you did want to make a makeshift waist pack out of this, if you had some cordage, if you had some webbing, then you could do that, or you could even make a crossbody bag out of this as well if you wanted to. There is some webbing on here as well. It's this nice 1 inch, I'm guessing it's a nylon webbing, which again is very nice and just adds to that kind of high quality feel to it. Now on the outside, as far as the outside is concerned, I've kind of touched on everything there. So the back panel, I'm going to call this the front, mainly because it does have the Lochby logo on here. But other than that, on the front, it's a fairly plain frontage to this. When I turn it over again here on the back, and I'm going to call this the back mainly because, you know, that's on the front there. Again, fairly simple, fairly clean, and also on the sides as well. So there are your loops. There is a grab handle here at the top, almost kind of similar to a toiletries style bag. When this is in my bag and I pull it out, I can grab onto that. Or generally, if it's at a weird angle, I'll grab one of these zippers and pull it out with those as well. All of the zippers have this 550 paracord on here, which I guess if you wanted to, you could take this off and you could replace it with something else. Because there are 2 compartments to this, I guess if you wanted to, the way that you have it set up, maybe if you have something different in one of these pockets, you could take this off and replace it with a different one. The way that I've been using it, it's not so much you can tell the difference between the 2 compartments as to where the zips are, but again, you know, it's something that you can customize or you can set up yourself. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it onto this side. So on this side you have 2 zippers. I'm going to pull them both around. Now I generally tend to orientate the zippers here at the top because I pull it up out of something and then I can pull one of these round. But it's nice that it does have a double zip on here, so whichever way you want to open this, then you can do. These zips are almost full clamshell. I'd probably say they come down about 14/16 of the way. Well, I should have just done 7/8, but they come down very close to the bottom so that you can get this open as much as possible. So with both of these open, I can splay this apart. This is a bit of a mess, so I was messing around with this in the office the other day, so it is a bit of a mess, but hopefully you can see. In fact, let's just take these out because that will probably clear it up instantly. So on the inside here, if I zip that down again, you can see that this opens up, it butterflies open, and on the inside you have this honeycomb ripstop. This is sexy as hell. Now, sorry, I forgot to mention, so as far as colours are concerned, there are a few different colours with this one. This is the kind of the natural earthy brown colour, but with the brown and the mustardy honey ripstop that's in here, the matching of those two colours I think is perfect. And then on the inside you have some elastic loops. So on this side, again, it depends which side you're looking at it from, you have 3 smaller loops. I have a pen that I use all of the time, and I have a pen that if somebody says, "Oh, Randy, can I borrow a pen?" I go, "Yeah, there's a pen. I don't care if you don't give me that back." So keep those on one side, and then what I also have is I keep these scissors with me. I take these pretty much everywhere with me. These are from One Shear. These are the mini trauma shears, and they fit in here just perfectly. That means that if I need to take anything apart, break something down, it's always useful to have some scissors with you because there might be places that you can't take a knife into. Then on the opposite side, on here, there are 2 larger loops where I keep a few different cables, but I also have, so there's again a couple of cables that I had lying around, and then I also keep my wired headphones in here. These are awesome. These are from Google, and the entire time that I've had these have never run out of battery. It's amazing how good these are. But I keep these in a Ranger band. I always carry Ranger bands with me, and that is also another good reason why it's good to have some scissors, which I think I've got some Ranger bands in the other section. So this all folds up. Now I have just chucked those back in there. If I'd have put the scissors in properly, then I would be able to close this up, but there is still plenty of room to put in other items should I want to. Now let's put those back as I always put them back, and they're up on the top there. So that is, let's just call this the front section, because this zip here is the closest one to this here. Now on the back here, you also have another section which there's some strange sewing witchcraft done here. However they've been able to sew this and put this together, because generally when you sew something, you sew it inside out, so that when you put it the right way round, all of the seams, all of the stitches kind of disappear, and it just kind of works. I genuinely have no idea how they've been able to do this. I really don't. I can't understand. My tiny little mind can't fathom how this stitching works. You have a pocket here, but when I open this, there is also another pocket here. And I don't think you can turn this. I mean, well, I'm not gonna try it. But anyway, so in here, this pocket. Let's just take it back a step. Let's open this up. Splay this open beautifully, and then in here you have a pocket with a divider in between it. Hopefully you can see that in there. This divider is this pocket. So if you can see where this bit goes down into here, this is what that divider is. The things that are in this pocket at the back are actually behind this panel and this panel. But when you zip this back up, that divider, let's just take these out for a second, that divider is in the middle here. So here are the elastic straps on one side, and there are the elastic straps on the other. Again, no idea how they've done this. Somebody in the comments will probably know, but it's an incredibly, well, it's just different, and yeah, very well done. Now, on the inside of here, what I do generally is I carry two battery packs. This is a 20,000 milliamp hour, and this is a 10,000 milliamp hour. If I need to charge, God, these flies are doing my nut in today. If I need to charge my laptop, I can do it with this. If I need to charge my phone a couple of times, I can do it with this. And they work very well in tandem, and ever so happen to fit perfectly into here, so that when they're both in, this is my perfect tech pouch. Now again, let's just take those out for a second. I have made some content on both of these. So what I will do is, if you check the description, I will leave links to those. Now in this panel, or in this pocket, you do have some additional organisation. I will say though that getting access to this is a little bit more restricted. The main reason for that is that these zips come all the way round to about, what was it, 7/8 of the way around, practically so close to full clamshell, which then does restrict this. It's a bit of a workaround, but I will say the way that I've got this organised is that the larger, bulkier items, they do slot into this. But it's just, it's an observation that it's a little bit trickier to get into here. Not a positive, not a negative, as I mentioned, it's just really an observation. You have more of that lining, and then this divider fits in there perfectly so that you can separate it out. The additional storage that you have in here on this side, you have two meshed slip pockets. Now I say slip pockets, but they do have hook and loop at the top, so if you do have stuff that you don't want to just kind of get thrown around and end up in the rest of your bag, then you can close those off. But with the mesh on here, it's perfectly coloured for the honeycomb lining on the inside, and it just works on so many levels. I mean, it feels nice, but it also looks nice as well. Then on the opposite side, here we go, I do mention, so I do carry Ranger bands with me. I cut these into longer strips like these. I have made some content on Ranger bands before, but I cut these into longer strips, put them inside each other like that. I threw my scissors there for a second, didn't I? So if I want to cut off smaller sections, then I can cut off smaller sections and use them how I choose to. And then what I also carry, you might have seen this a lot in the past as well, one of these haberdashery tapes, which I keep inside a Ranger band as well. Just because these haberdashery tapes are 150 centimetres, and it's just really useful to have them. But all in all, let's put all of this back in here. Are my Ranger bands. I've got it on the wrong side there, but it will still close. In fact, I could probably put my scissors in on this side and they would fit better. They do fit better. There you go, Randy. Randy, it's always evolving, isn't it? Always evolving. But yes, there you go. That is the Lochby Venture Pouch. I'll definitely say over the years I've been blessed with being able to make some content on some very nice packs, pouches, bags, so on and so forth. There's something different, there's something special about this. A lot of the ones that I've looked at before are your kind of your nylon, polyester, Cordura style pouches. There's something about this, it feels like something that, I don't know, your granddad will have gone, here you go, try this, it's awesome, I've had it for 50 years, it's never done me wrong, it's awesome. That's what this feels like. There's an old-fashioned, tangible quality to this that I think it separates it from a lot of those newer, brilliant, kind of new age technologies, new age fabrics. Waxed canvas is just, again, there's just something very special about this. Does it get the Moorlander stamp of approval? It gets 2 stamps of approval. It really does. I'm looking forward to seeing more from Lochby and what they have. Yeah, not trying to gush a little bit about this, but it's definitely a very special pouch and highly, highly recommended. Now, of course, I'll leave some links below so that you can see more from Lochby. I will say that this was sent to me. I did disclose this at the beginning of this. However, the agreement that I have with Lochby is if I didn't like this, I wouldn't make any content. And if there was anything that I would change about this, I would certainly voice it and, you know, give my opinion on that. And they've been very good about that. They were like, yep, we want warts and all. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Just make some content. And I was like, yeah, okay. So yes, I will leave some links below so where you can pick one of these up from. I'll also leave some of my social media links here on Moorlander EDC and my sister channel Moorlander Tactical. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander and stay EDC. stood in the middle of a gorgeous blackberry patch. I need to tell my grandma Mal where these are because she makes the best blackberry jam. Anyway, pick some of these later. Bring the dog back. Where were we? Hi, I'm the Oh, that was weird. You know when you do one of those, you all do this, we get like a little bubble that appears of spit behind your tongue and it kind of pops like pop. Anyway, I don't know if you can hear that. It's definitely a plough. Someone's ploughing somewhere. Not that kind of ploughing, you filthy pervert. I mean agriculturally ploughing. Hopefully you can't pick it up, you can't hear it. I can, you can't. You perverts. Sometimes it's hard not to gush about stuff. I often wonder if it comes across a bit strange while I'm filming, but hopefully it just comes across as my enthusiasm towards this sort of stuff. It does sometimes come across, and I also think, oh, that's a bit gushy, but I think when you get something and something just works for you, it's perfectly acceptable to wax lyrical about it. I think this is one of those items. Yeah, I'll put this in the bloopers because it is just me rambling a bit, but it's really nice. It really is really nice. Anyway, yeah, that's it, I guess. You can go now. You have permission. Okay, children, let's leave the class, but remember, do your homework. And the question for today's blooper is... What is the question? Oh, here's a cracking question. When you make your toast in the morning, are you a marmalade? Or are you a jam or jelly, I guess? Ah, that's a good one. In the US, is marmalade still jelly? Do you call it orange jelly? Or do you have marmalade and jelly, and whereas we have marmalade and jam? There you go, there's a weird question for today. Anyway, yes, you can definitely go now. Love you lots.